This is Dave Palumbo with RxMuscle.com. I'm here at the 2012 NPC Jr. Nationals here in Chicago, Illinois. Rainy Chicago, Illinois. I'm here with Aaron Chewbacca Singerman, and we're about to do the men's wrap-up of all the festivities here. Aaron, one of the best junior nationals I can remember being to in a very long time. I had a very good time today. Aside from the rain coming tonight, I think it was a great weekend.
I think this show, for whatever reason, seemed lower pressure and it seemed more fun. I don't know why it is. Maybe we're still in a good mood for my wedding. I don't know what it is, but I had a good time at this show.
I'm glad you're still in a good mood for your wedding. That's a good sign.
I am still in a good mood.
Let's talk about the highlight of the night. Anthony Pasquale from Boston, Massachusetts comes in here, wins the men's heavyweight and the overall title. Pretty much decimates the competition. Steve Weinberger said it was not even close.
No, it wasn't close at all. And as soon as he walked out, at prejudging even, I really felt that way. And tonight he was even sharper. You know, he had his color right, he had his condition right, he had all the muscle he could possibly need, and he really, like you said, he decimated the competition. I don't feel like anybody was close.
Anthony Pasquale packs so much muscle on his 5'8" frame. People don't realize that he was up to 270 pounds in the offseason. We sucked him down to 228 or so, got him down to the weight class of 225, and you know the guy looks like a super heavyweight. I thought he looked bigger than Rudy Richards on stage.
The amazing thing is that people, it may not do him justice watching, looking at the pictures and the wrap up. The guy is so wide that it's like me and Dave standing next to each other. He's that wide, Jay Cutler wide, and when you see somebody that wide at that height, he's 3D. His muscles pop, which is something that you can't really work on. It's something genetically he's got that a lot of people don't have. I mean, he is a good bodybuilder, and I expect him to go far.
Add striated glutes, crazy striated pecs, 20-something inch arms, and you got the making of a future pro. Steve told him he should do the USA Championships in 4 weeks from today. I think he's got a shot at a good shot at a pro card.
The heavyweight class for the USA is not as strong as it usually is. The super heavyweight class is strong, so this is a great opportunity and a good year for him to get that pro card in a notoriously deep class, the heavyweight. So I think that he stands an extremely good chance this year.
Now, I mentioned Rudy Richards a little earlier. Rudy Richards came in here off a win at the Atlantic States. He comes into this show as a warm-up, looking to get more stage experience, try to perfect his conditioning. He wins the super heavyweight class. Rudy's about 38. He's been competing almost as long as I have, even though he's younger. He started very young. This is a guy who can go into the USA Championships if he pulls his conditioning in a little tighter, and he can walk home with a pro card.
I feel like the super heavyweight class is going to be tough for him. They got some real good guys. Max Charles will be in there. Obviously, Nick Trigilli. There's actually a long list of guys that are up there. If he looks at this as like he's 6 weeks out, like this was just like a stopgap in the middle of his contest prep, and he diets hard for 6 weeks, you never know. But if not, then he's going to have a tough time.
Well, he told me he was 252 here. If he comes in about 242 or 243, I think Rudy is dangerous because he's got even when he's not hard and he flexes, you got detail popping, and that's impressive. Reminds me of almost Kai Green.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's about right. I would have said 10 pounds. So you might be right. If he loses 10 pounds, which will be tough, as you know, when you're that big, it's tough mentally to lose that much more weight. So,
now, Aaron, we did have 2 Jews winning their weight classes here.
Unbelievable.
This is an all-time record, I think.
This may be an all-time record.
Adam Cohen, which is the super Jew, you said, right?
Cohen.
He's from the Supreme Jews.
Did you interview him?
I interviewed him, yes, and he explained the Supreme Jew thing to me.
He's a top Jew. Yeah, he is a top Jew.
He's above you in the hierarchy.
He definitely is. He is a priestly class Jew. Yes.
Right, and he wins the men's light heavyweight class here tonight in rather convincing fashion. We were worried after prejudging because we thought his conditioning could have been a little tighter, but the guy's got freaky muscle.
He looked better tonight. He actually looked considerably tighter tonight.
Is he the best Jew in bodybuilding you've ever seen?
The best Jew in bodybuilding I've ever seen. I think he might be. I mean, Sapir is a 212 guy, but Mike Katz. I almost think that Adam, at this point, if he brings us up, gains a little muscle, he may be the best Jew in bodybuilding right now. Yeah.
Which is a very nice title, especially since he's a Cohen.
A Cohen, right. I guess it's apropos that he would be the best Jew, considering he's the priestly class, right?
Well, I was very impressed with Adam. I know him from the New York area. He's only been competing for about 4 years, and he's 28 years old, and I think he's got a bright future. He brings in more conditioning. I guarantee he wins that light heavyweight class at the USA.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. This is a guy who is a little less than 5'6", or right around there. If he's at the top of the 198 class, I mean, he looks like a monster up there.
Middleweight class, very hotly contested. 2 Long Island guys who train at the same gym, Deer Park Golds. We mentioned this in the prejudging wrap-up. Adam Reich, another Jew, emerges victorious here. Packs tremendous thickness on his body. from the front and the sides, lots of density. He was a light heavyweight, sucked down here to middleweight. Good move on his part. He beats a very good Keith Tuzzolino. But let's talk about Adam for a second. His only weakness seems to be from behind in the glute hamstring area, which if he works on a little bit over the next 4 weeks, he could be a danger at that USA Championships. What'd you like about him?
Well, what I like about him was that he is, when you see Adam come out, you can almost tell that he sucked himself down. You know what I mean? He looks considerably bigger and more muscular than other guys in the middleweight class. He also has a level of graininess to his muscle, which is, in this class today at least, was unique. The downside is that, like you said, he does have a real lack of glute muscle and hamstring development, which is something that he definitely, I mean, honestly, if I were him, I would be totally focused on that because the rest of his physique is very complete.
Well, I know he trains with Jerry Scalisi at Deer Park Gold's Gym, and I know Jerry's a big squatter. Yeah. He's brought Adam's legs up tremendously over this past 2 years, so if he keeps training with him the next 4 weeks, you never know what they may bring to the stage. Keith Tuzzolino, really a newbie in this business, also won the Atlantic States middleweight class a couple weeks ago, comes in here, started working with me the last 3 weeks, brings in a better level of conditioning. I think he challenged Adam, but I think he just needs a little bit more mass on that frame to dominate this class possibly next year.
I would agree with that. You know, when they walk out and they're standing there in their relaxed pose, Adam just looks much bigger. You know, he just looks considerably bigger, and almost to the point where you wouldn't even think they're in the same weight class. And from the front, when your guy's hitting his shots, he looks great. From the back, even better because he's seeing the difference. But
I would actually say Tuzzolino might win from behind.
From the back, he wins. I think he does. But Adam is so much bigger, and he's really not lacking conditioning. I think that's what put him over the top.
Don Long's competitor, Armando Aman, wins the men's welterweight class here. You and I were a little worried about him. The call-outs were kind of strange. Right. He had the best conditioning, the best polish. This is like his third show of all time, so he's ecstatic that he's that he is the welterweight champion here tonight.
You know, both of us if people watched the pre-judging wrap-up, we both thought that he should win, although we weren't sure. I was very happy to see that he did because they rewarded the better shape. He had good conditioning. From the back, he was very superior. And all in all, I'm happy with that decision.
Very good decisions in the men's division.
There was nothing questionable. I didn't feel like any of the decisions in the men's division were questionable at all, which is unusual for a show.
Let's talk about the men's physique overall champion, Sadiq Hadzovic from New York. He comes in here very confident. He's got the great long hair. You know, I always say hair goes a long way. Probably the guys, the top 4 weight class winners in IFBB Pro Card runners all had great haircuts.
I'm going to give you credit, Dave. You know, I don't think, when I think Dave Palumbo, I don't think somebody who knows men's physique. I'll be honest. I don't give you a lot of credit. But today, you proved me wrong. Dave judged the men's physique solely on the haircuts. And those haircuts and the abs. The haircuts and the abs. And you obviously know more about it than me because you were right every time and I was wrong. So that goes to show you.
And you know how much I hate when I'm always right.
Oh yeah, you hate it. You were dying the whole time. Like, oh, so yeah.
We got RxMuscle fans right in the background there. Look at them, they're all cheering for RxMuscle there in the rain. Now Sadiq will go right to the pro show next week. You'll be in Louisiana covering that show. Luke Testovich's pro show there. I predict he might win the show.
I would be very surprised if he won the show, but I got to say, he is more what they're looking for as far as terms. He's not too big, you know. And that's one of the things that, you know, obviously
and he's got great abs.
He's got wonderful hair, so you never know. Right. So maybe you're right. I don't know. I say I don't think so, but you know, I should just defer to you.
Congratulations to Anthony Pasquale, our men's overall champion, and Sadiq Hadzovic, our men's physique overall champion. Sadiq takes home the IFBB Pro Card. Anthony's got to go to the USA. For now that we're out of time, I'm Dave Palumbo with Aaron Chewbacca Singerman, RxMuscle.com.